Today, I'm coming to you from the inside of my closet. So, as I may have been disclosed in previous videos, I'm in the process of moving, so it's definitely been interesting to keep this project going while trying to pack up everything. So much of my fabric, actually like 90%, 99% of it actually is more realistic. 99% of it is already moved into my parents' house where I'll be staying for a couple months. And so I went back and forth between, do I start a new project? What do I do? I've got 2 weeks where I'm kind of in limbo, where I'm here, but moving everything and life is still happening. I'm still working, still doing all that stuff. So after much deliberation, this week we're still getting a quilt. It's still justified. I feel like it counts in part because I did a complete quilt for work last week, so, and didn't even count it as a video. So you'll see that one eventually. But because I'm so far invested into this project and it needs to get done, and there is a potential deadline where I could give it to the recipient in person, it needs to happen. So this 26 and 21 video is going to be a WIP project. So if you haven't heard the term WIP, W-I-P, it means work in progress. So this has been a very long WIP, work in progress. And so I'm sure a lot of people that have been around me while I've been working on this project are like, it's still not done yet? No, it's not. But that is my plan. So backtrack a little bit to my second 26 and 21 video. That was the Ombre Weave quilt. That quilt was the little sister quilt to this quilt. So this quilt is for my cousin's oldest daughter, who has never gotten a quilt from me before. So I'll give you a peek at the pattern. So this is the All Star Quilt made with the V&Co Ombre Confetti Dots by Moda. And I fell in love with the pattern. I thought it was so cool and so cute and so something I would want, which would be perfect for the recipient of this, who is now 13 years old. That is insane. I should post a picture of her and I when she was a baby here. So yeah, 13 now, crazy. So the all-star pattern, and it needed 1/3 of a yard of each of 20 different ombre confetti dot colors. So I started with a good handful of colors. I started with all the original colors because there's the original ones and then the new colors. So I started with all the original colors, got all those blocks, and then I looked at them to see what colors I would want to fill in the gaps of the original colors that we didn't have at the shop. So as usual, I got all my fabrics from Cali Quilt Co. I filled in with some of the new colors, and this has been my project since our guild retreat in November. And every so often when I do a Saturday night sewing group with, we call ourselves the Stitch Biscuits, but it's been ongoing for a very long time. And because it's all half square triangles, so many half square triangles, more half square triangles than I have ever done in my life. There's a lot of trimming, there's a lot of re-piecing, all putting things together. And so now all my blocks are done. How many blocks did I have to make? Oh, just 120. I did want it to be the, apparently I've decided to just go off the back of the pattern because there are 2 alternate sizes in here. One being a baby quilt, but she's not a baby, she's a 13-year-old. So I went with this is the throw quilt size. So I went with the full size, I guess. 80 by 96. So yeah, it's a biggin. So let me show you what our blocks are looking like. This is 120 blocks of all varying colors. So this original one, you make 6 of each star block, I believe. Let me double check. Well, I guess if I did my math, it's 120 divided by 6 is 120 divided by 20 is 6 of each color. So I did, because of how my fabric was cut, I ended up doing 9 of a bunch of colors and then 6 of the rest, just because I don't think I included I included any gray in here, even though I really do like the gray ombre dots. As I drop these all over the place. So I've got all my stars done. I'm debating whether I feel like I should square up my blocks. I think my blocks are looking pretty good. I'd like to toot my own horn on that one. Did square them up. These guys, the half square triangle ones, they're all squared. Those are all squared up. So I feel like they should piece together pretty well. So now I'm at the point where I've got all my blocks and I need to figure out my layout. So that's what you'll be seeing first, is figuring out my layout. And then from there, it's going to be sewing the rows together. So my first video is going to be the piecing of the quilt top, and then we're going to roll right into the quilting. So let me give you a look at all the colors. So we've got purple. We've got, oh, I did have gray. Spoiler alert. And I've got the aqua. Obviously, these are my last ones done because they're on the top of my pile. So these are like the 6 ones. Gray. This one's like a pretty emerald green. I think this was the red. Ooh, some of these need pressed again. They kind of all got smashed into their little envelope to stay together. Pink. This is the popsicle pink, because I know that because the binding's the same. So I'm going to do a different color binding. No, that's not what I meant. I'm going to do a different color backing for this quilt. The baby sister one has a purple back, and I think since I picked the popsicle pink for the binding, so they both have bindings the same, I think I'm going to do like an aqua color. I think she likes aqua. Hope she likes aqua. Guess she won't know until she gets it, so then she'll be stuck with it. I don't know what it is, but these are 2 different yellows. Got like a lighter yellow and a more mustard yellow. I'll have to make sure those spread out. A lot of yellow. Not using yellow for the back. I also got like green. So I've got like a minty green and like an olive green and a lime green. So there is the stack of blocks. So come back soon, and oh, here's the binding so you can see it. Here's the popsicle pink. There it is. Come back soon. So now let's see the layout. You died on the quilt, so now you're getting in the vlog. Show fangs. Look at these fangs. So the situation we're in is that it's Saturday night, and I would like to get this quilt top done. And I'm also moving. So if I can get the quilt top done by tomorrow, Sunday, then when I take stuff to my parents on Monday, then my machine right here, good old trusty Janome, can go. But at the same time, I'm debating doing that because even if I quilt this on Tuesday, I still have to put the binding on. And do I have time to go back and forth between then and when I could potentially see the recipient for this quilt the following Monday. So it's my great predicament. Either way, I would like this to be done tomorrow, Sunday. Then it's one less thing to think about. And then all I have to do, move stuff on Monday and then quilt this on Tuesday. And that will be like my reward for moving some things. Saturday's the move day, getting all my big stuff like my kitchen, my table, ironing board, couch, chair, different large things, my bed for one thing. So those are all things that are gonna be going, and then it'll be out of here and you won't see much of this wall behind me ever again. When I say much of it, you won't see any of it. Maybe this art and that board. Maybe I'll finally change it from saying boom chakalaka. It's too big to actually lay out completely in my apartment right now, so you can just get a peek of these 3 rows. So turns out 80 by 96 is a lot bigger than I anticipated. Next up, we're gonna quilt this beast. So there you have it.